Are you willing to lose so that people that you love can win? Sometimes my wife, sometimes my children, sometimes as a parent, sometimes as a spouse, the people in your lives are under pressure. They're frustrated because they don't just interact with you. They also interact with school, they interact with work, they interact with other parts of the family that you have no control over. And those interactions can create anger, frustration, and pressure. And that pressure, if you understand anything about pressure, is like that teapot. It has to be released at some point. So my question is, if your wife comes home and she's angry, and she wants to take it out on you, are you going to take it personally and respond and now we have an argument, or are you going to recognize that your wife is mad about something that has nothing to do with you? But because she's in an environment, or your child is angry about something that has nothing to do with you, but because of the environment that you created, that's the only safe place for them to boop, let that teapot erupt. That's the only place where they can release the pressure without some sort of negative consequence. So for example, if your wife or your spouse, if they release in the job, if they release at work, they could lose the job. If they release in school, they could get suspended. They could get kicked out, or unfortunately, they may end up in jail. Can the people in your life who you love, can the people on your team express themselves being frustrated and you allow them to do so? Let me give you an example. In sports, if we're talking about basketball, there's this thing called the screen or the pick. This is when the defensive player is cut off by one of the offensive players so that the man he was checking has a free shot. You see Steph Curry do this all the time. It's the pick and the roll. So one man sets the screen, and a lot of times when you set the screen, you may take a foul, you may take some force, you may take a hit in order for your teammate to actually go over and take the open shot. Or here's another example. Baseball. We call it the sacrificial fly. The pop fly, when you step up to the plate and you hit the ball up in the air in such a way to where you know that the person on third base can make it home and score. And you're doing that so that your team can win, even though for you personally it was a loss, but your team wins. The people that you love are winning. So here's a question. The next time someone you love comes home and they're angry, or they're on the phone with you and they're angry, and they're sending you a text message and they're angry, can you take it not personally, but take the pressure off of them and allow them to have the ability to express themselves in a way that they can't do at work or at school or in any other relationship they have because of who you are? See, you're going to forgive them. You're going to let it slide. You're going to overlook the thing because you can. But can you take the pick? Can you do the sacrificial fly? But the bigger question is this: can you take a loss so that your team or your family can win? My name is Brian Keith. Thank you for listening.